Imagine tossing your own mom out of your wedding in front of all your guests, thinking it's no big deal. But what if that one act triggered a quiet comeback that unraveled your marriage, your confidence, and everything you thought was yours? This is the tale of a son who learned the hard way that disrespect comes with a steep price. The big day was picture perfect on the surface. Guests mingled under twinkling lights, toasting to what looked like pure joy. But for the mother, standing off to the side, it all rang hollow. Her son had dodged her gaze the whole night, a quiet stab sharper than any harsh word. Then it happened. He barked at her to get out, his tone sharp and practiced, like he'd planned it. Shocked whispers rippled through the crowd. Some averted their eyes, others shot her sympathetic looks. She stayed silent, refusing to let emotion crack her composure after years of holding it together. She made her way out deliberately, each footfall echoing with flashbacks. The cool evening breeze slapped her as she reached her car, a harsh wake-up call. Inside, memories hit hard. Guiding his first steps, clutching his tiny hand to keep him steady. Now it dawned on her. She'd been supporting him far too long, even as he pushed her away. Home felt smaller that night, walls pressing in. She grabbed water, but her trembling fingers betrayed the storm inside. Thoughts rushed in uninvited. The dark evening her husband passed, vowing to fill both roles for their boy. Pulling extra hours at work, hiding exhaustion behind grins so he wouldn't worry. Skipping her own treats on his birthdays to splurge on him. She'd instilled lessons in kindness, integrity, and honor. Or at least tried to. Somehow those values twisted into a sense of ownership for him. As morning light crept in, she faced a brutal reality. Overprotecting someone can backfire, breeding the wrong expectations. Her phone buzzed while she brewed coffee. His voice cut through, all business, demanding the deed to the family land right away. No word on the humiliation, no check-in on her well-being. A weird peace washed over her as she hung up. She eyed the safe holding those papers, fruits of endless hard work. Touching the folder briefly, she shut it tight. A small move that felt like taking back control she'd surrendered ages ago. He showed up soon after, irritation boiling over. He rambled excuses, pressure from the ceremony, his new bride's input, total mayhem. She sat stone-faced, absorbing it, then she laid it out calmly. The shame of being ejected while onlookers gawked at her pain. No yelling, no blame. That serenity rattled him more than fury ever could. When she declared that true worth trumped any legacy, he scoffed and bolted. Tears came after he left. Not from second-guessing, but from the ache of finally asserting herself. Sticking to principles can sting deepest when it's overdue. Time blurred from days to weeks. She quit obsessively scanning her phone for his call. Instead, she dove into neglected joys. Brisk strolls at sunrise, reconnecting with long-lost pals, lazy hours lost in novels. Bit by bit, the weight on her heart eased. Word trickled in from family that his union was rocky, filled with clashes over finances, dominance, and influence. She held back, knowing any meddling would just postpone the wake-up call fate had in store. One dusk, he appeared out of nowhere. He seemed worn down, aged beyond his years, his usual swagger fractured. He opened up about restless nights, endless bickering, and an inexplicable void gnawing at him. She heard him out, no interruptions. When the land came up again, her stance held firm. She pointed out that affection minus honor is merely manipulation in disguise. No fight this time. He slipped away quietly, burdened by dawning insight rather than just letdown. A quiet divide grew between them after that, an unspoken barrier both acknowledged. Weeks slipped by without contact, no outreach, no justifications. She adapted to the hush. It hurt at first, like gasping for air on half capacity, but gradually it turned serene. She revamped her space, giving away relics of the past, ditching mementos that no longer served her. She freshened up his old bedroom with shades that suited her taste alone. Never again picked to appease a son who'd become distant. Each swipe of paint reclaimed her independence. In still times, doubt whispered that mom should endlessly yield and pardon. But she countered. Boundless generosity had led here. Elsewhere, her boy grappled with the fallout of his hasty decisions. His partnership, once flaunted as ideal, buckled under its flaws. His spouse prized authority over teamwork, command over compassion, disputes normalized, cash became leverage in their battles. Too late he saw the parallel. The mindset he wielded against his mom now turned on him. Every spat replayed her advice, which he'd brushed off as tricks. Alone in his place late nights, the wedding replayed. Her dignified departure, no pleas. That image tormented him worse than any home quarrel. One midday, he turned up uninvited again. She spotted him lingering outside before rapping on the door. Opening it, she caught the uncertainty in his stare, reminiscent of his kid days fearing to own up to errors. He chatted lightly at first, remarks on the place and skies skirting the core issue. She gave him space. Eventually, he confessed to floundering, everything feeling shaky. She welcomed him inside, tuning in not as savior but peer. Strikingly, no requests this round. That lack of asking shouted louder than sorries. Their talks evolved. He shifted to inquiring over declaring. How'd she handle solo living all those years? What kept her resilient post-Dad's death? How'd she face isolation without resentment? Her replies were raw, not sugar-coated. She shared the terror, weariness, the near break point. It clicked for him. Real power lies in persistence, not control. Visit by visit, his conceit peeled off unnoticed layers. Inevitably, the estate resurfaced. His approach softened, tinged with regret. She clarified. It wasn't leverage for penalty or prize. It represented obligation. Legacy isn't automatic from bloodline but merited through integrity. Should she sense he could safeguard not only assets but relationships, then it'd hold value. Till then, mere documents. He agreed, grasping that authority lacking principles rings empty. Months on, she learned his marriage had fully dissolved. He didn't rush back begging aid or funds. When he did return, it was for dialogue, introspection. He owned up to morphing into a stranger to himself, mixing up dominance with fortitude. Another apology, free of ulterior motives. She took it in measured steps, aware pardon doesn't wipe slates clean. Rebuilding faith demands steady effort and modesty. No Hollywood climax unfolded, no stormy sobs, no instant fixes, simply two grown-ups piecing back a bond shattered by ego. She triumphed not by hoarding the inheritance but by instilling self-respect. He didn't forfeit the estate that day. He shed his arrogance and earned insight. Priceless in the end. If stories like this, where quiet comebacks flip the script, keep you hooked, subscribe to Revenge Channel for more. Hit the bell so you never miss one. This journey highlights how overindulgence can foster ingratitude, but boundaries can spark growth. It's a reminder that family ties thrive on mutual regard, not one-sided sacrifice. What do you think? Was her approach fair? Drop your take below. And hey, if you're craving more tales of clever payback that change lives, join the Revenge Channel community today. Thanks for watching. See you next time.